That's just you.
Okay. So hey, Les and Lad. It's BRABLANK podcast over there, and it's me, Markiyan, on the other side. uh, the idea behind the podcast for the BRABLANK was that I was working on my motivation and self-development during the quarantine. It was pretty hard time for everyone. We were looking for motivation, for new ways to express our desire to say something to the world. So I came up with those podcasts from different people, and some of them they inspired me. Others were completely useless, but I assume there is no much space for people at our age people of our age to have the space for them to share their experiences, to their thoughts, and to stay just united. So I've decided it's gonna be a great thing to start all of the BRABLANK project and podcasts included, going for free. So today I'm hosting Kinga Waszkielewicz.
Hi everyone, I'm very happy to be here.
Who is by chance my greatest friend. But I didn't really. I was surprised when I was checking her LinkedIn to get to know better, something that probably would be missed in our friendship. And I was checking her profile, and I've discovered it's like probably is 4 times longer than mine. You have all of the volunteership included,
I try to keep it updated.
Yeah, like all of the projects, a lot of projects, certificates, everything. Kinga is posting great posts for LinkedIn as well, so you could check it out. So Kinga was the youngest president of Toastmasters.
Thank you.
Хорошо wiedzieć.
Thanks.
Uścielewski mnie tam.
Ja byłem dowcem Charlotte.
Okej, каком? Bulion или...
Wyuczony.
Okej,
I to też tam możemy pójść, bo ja bym coś zjadła później.
dobrze.
Fantastycznie.
My туда тоже пойдем, так что...
Okej. To też był podcast.
Да.
Całkiem.
To już jest jeden prosto, taki cały mój instynkt.
I feel referring to your answer, I feel that back then when we all were college students or high school, we felt probably some people as I did. I was experiencing bullying, and sometimes I didn't feel. I didn't feel really supportive from in different kind of situations, and my ambitions from parents or my friends. It was basically, I think it's basically normal situation, because it is thought they are smarter, they know what to do. Like you're talking about your parents or older people in your family, they always saying they know what to do, so just listen to them and do it. So it's sometimes I it's typical situation in family, you just feel that you just hear that that they want everything better for you, so that's why they really push on their thoughts, and I think it's normal. I think I would be a different parent, but it's happening. Sometimes it's not. So just wondering what kind of parent would I be. So I feel like the experiencing different kind of situations. I always saw this light in the end of the tunnel that was really motivating me, that I thought it's the way I have to go, so I really clearly saw my goals, and I think probably not really always understanding that, but currently I'm doing everything I wanted back then. I think probably at the age of the school, we feel sometimes we already feel our purpose, our mission on the planet. So is it like this or?
Oh wow. Honestly, I'm pretty sorry to hear that you've been bullied. I must say, I've been bullied myself too. So I know how does it feel, and I know it's terrible feeling, especially when you're young, and you really take a lot of opinions out of your environment, and that's pretty painful.
Yeah.
But I think what this really taught me was that I shouldn't really listen to other people's opinions. Same with my parents. Like, I know they want really good things for me, but I know right now that I can decide for myself, and sometimes, yes, it will be against them, it will be against what other people will think, but I just decide to do the stuff I want to do, and I think that's what the lesson it gave me is to really do the things that you want to do, and do not really think what other people
Yeah.
would do unless it will hurt them. If it will hurt them, then, well, obviously don't hurt other people.
Yeah.
But really, if it doesn't hurt anybody, just do what the things that you want to do. I think that's a very important lesson out of this.
Yeah, I think that we always have to keep this healthy balance, because you just can't say I won't do anything you wanna. So like to your parents, for example, you have to really listen, to consider, to talk to them, not just reject everything you hear. I think that's like you have to be
Considerate.
yeah,
Yeah.
gentle.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes it's good to just, sometimes cut the rope.
Yeah,
and,
sure,
just
exactly.
decide that sometimes you'll need to say no because it's normal.
Yeah.
You cannot just please them
You
all
know,
the time.
all the times hearing that you are too young for something, you are too young to, for example, to have a vacation, but when, for example, you work like real, like full time, and at the same time you do studies and you run your own project or something, then hearing that you are too young to have a vacation, it's like a bit, So I think we there's no age right for anything, and we can't say to like that's something that we hear from parents, that you are too young for something, it's too early or something. I think there's no right time.
Yeah,
Just
I think it's
to-
just let's do it, and
Yeah,
I think that's very
just
good
feel it.
mentality to just stick to. If you feel it, just do it. Don't really listen if you're too young, too old, because if you're gonna listen to it, well, there's never gonna be a perfect moment to do things. So it's better to
Yeah.
start early and gain the experience and learn from your mistakes, even if you're young. But then, well, it will give you a lot of benefits in the future.
Oh yeah. Is there a thing that you felt like, for example, as I did like a few days ago, it was okay, I'm 21 and I'm too old. Like I did just absolutely nothing. I didn't really, I just wasted my life, and
Oh,
it's like
gosh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel this every day. Like it's like that. I did absolutely nothing about everything. Like sometimes I think this excessive
Sounds like
pedantry.
a lot of excessive guilt.
Yeah,
to be
this-
honest.
it's like this excessive pedantry and obsession that I was like, actually, how do you think, is it really important? Like, do you have to reject it a bit, or
Yeah. Well, I think the subject is pretty similar to me because I just passed my 23rd birthday like a month ago, less than a month ago. So I try to approach this topic a bit differently. I try to see the things that I have done and just see that I'm really moving forward. And yeah, maybe sometimes it's not the fastest pace, but that's really great. I'm seeing the progress because the progress is very important. And I'm trying to be proud of the projects that I made and the ones I'm planning to make.
yeah,
And I see every year I make a plan of the things I want to do. And if I do them, I'm just very happy. And I just see I'm very proud of myself that I'm progressing. So I think that's the thing. And like considering the trying to be very perfect in your life, well, like after some time, it's very important to realize perfection is not possible, and sometimes it's just better to do the things like, better done than perfect. And I think that's a very important thing to understand, that if we're trying to be perfect all the times, it would just take a lot of emotional effort, and it's very, very hard to achieve. So it's better, maybe not to do the things very perfectly, but just do them well, because still other people may not even notice the small things that we notice are not perfect. So I think it's very important to learn that part.
That's the thing, actually, it's let's follow to my next question, and then I'm gonna explain where is it coming from. So, do you believe in the horoscope signs?
Well, honestly, I think it's very cute, but I don't personally believe in them.
Okay, because something I feel from the people being under this, born on the same star, or how is it? Yeah,
okay,
I think. So they have quite like some similarities to me, and I feel it like some some just things that I really clearly see in the people. So it's like, for example, as you telling that, for example, you don't have to do everything like just absolutely perfect. It's not like that everybody's gonna be checking. But a while ago, we were running into some problems with the mic, and I was like really pushing into to.
That really happened. Yes, that really happened.
Yeah, but it's like this is the thing about pedantry, and I think like about a lot of Leos as I am or you are. Like I feel about a lot of people feeling the same. I understand that not everyone is the same, but I feel that people that are born at the same time range, they could have some energy coming out from the planet which is similar. I think it has something to be with the truth. I don't know. Okay. I just hope it's true.
Maybe.
Because it sounds even a bit romantic, like that we are connected with the energy. And I just love this concept of everything being connected by the energy. So it's like, I personally believe more in energy than any kind of religion. Like, so I believe that we are moving this world by letting this energy go, or so like I share energy with you and you with me, so it's how to be like actually coexist. Yeah, so it's like
very interesting. Yeah, okay.
Like it's the same with the subjects. Actually, I experienced it in my childhood, or even now I constantly experience that if I really do want something, I get it sometime later or earlier, but I get it. Like I will get this thing. Like, but sure, it's not like you just take it as granted. You have to work, but at the same time, you really can achieve everything basically. So
yeah, I believe in that too. I think it's very important to really not to feel that something is really stopping you of achieving some goal, because well, in your life it can be everyone and everything, whatever you want you can achieve. And I think it sounds a bit like a coaching, a lot of people say it and doesn't really have more value in it, but I would say it's really true. It's just a matter of the perception of the things and your goals, and if you have the right perception and the right objectives, well, in the end you will reach the goal. Sometimes it may be tough, it may take many years or even longer, but I think it's important to really know it, that everything is possible to do. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing, and just that helps you to be motivated as well and just believe in yourself.
Do you feel that we have all these like really simple concepts that like being really clear, it's not everything complicated about that you have to try, you have to just go for it, just go forward, just don't give up. And it sounds so easy, but I hear a lot of people personally telling me, asking how do you handle to do that many stuff at the same time. And I feel like probably it's not that perfect in my case, probably I fail a lot and etc. But at the same time I do handle, but just I try, and all of the things I achieve or I get, it just a lot of failures and a lot of times trying. So it's like really.
That's very normal, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's
failure
normal,
is the matter of success.
It's really easy, but not a lot of people use that. And it's like, just do it. Just if you really wanna something, just go for it.
Yeah.
Because every single thing that is like surrounding us, it's something that we came to. It wasn't like we just got it by some accident. It was just.
Yeah, even if we read some biographies of famous people, artists, business people, we always see like, you know, the very success that they have achieved. But the thing is, like, behind this success, there's many failures, many projects that didn't work, that were inefficient. Sometimes they were very terrible at the beginning. So it's very important to have that in mind, that yes, it's a whole road to take to achieve some kind of success or to fulfill your goals. It's not just happening like this overnight. This is very important.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, like, to change the topic a bit. So you moved once from your parents' house to Warsaw, and now you're moved. So Kinga was basically living in France for some time and studying, and now she's moving to France again. So how do you feel it's important for a young person to move abroad or move to another city just to move out from their parents? Like,
well, I wouldn't say there is one specific steps or a few steps to take, but honestly, I think when moving out of your house, well, it's a big change in life. So I think we need to be prepared. I will need to learn a lot of new things, how to deal with living alone. That's the first thing. And with moving abroad, I think the most important thing is to really keep your mind open. And I think what was very important for me when I was moving abroad and moving away from my parents after living alone for some time was learning the language, because I think that's the part that matches you to the local society. So when I came to France, I was speaking, very basic French. So I could go to a bakery or, buy some bread or go do grocery shopping. But in real life, talking with the locals was very hard because, I was just speaking English all the time. So I think what's very important when I'm going to a new country or a new place, just start learning the language or talk like the people you're going to be surrounded with, and know the people that are living in the area. Just don't stick the people that you already know or, some very small group of people, but get out there and talk to people. I know it can be hard. It was very tough for me to just, really start networking or knowing your people, knowing the people in your school, university, environment in general, because that's what helps you and makes you really feel welcome in the new place, and really makes you feel like the new place is your new home. I think that's very important.
It's like, sometimes I hear people asking, just stating, like millions of people, like billions, millions, and I was like, if I won't know them, I wouldn't do like anything basically, because all of the connections, they really help. It's like, basically it's about networking, like core value of the BRABLANK, a bit of advertisement. But do you feel that you can basically fail being abroad? Because I feel there's a great mission behind you being abroad. You can do a lot of stuff by going abroad, like learning, but I feel that probably there is something that people lose, the chance they lose when they go abroad.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say if I would define it as failure, because the thing is, what do you really want to take out of the time spent abroad? So if you want to know new cultures, or if you just want to gain work experience, I think it really depends on that, like what are your objectives. But my main recommendation, like what I was really focused on when going abroad, was just getting into the local culture and knowing new things. And I think it's just a bit like a comparison for example, when we go abroad, and either you go to McDonald's or you go to another local restaurant that you really research online and you just check it and you talk to the chef and everything. That's a very big difference. And some people go to the McDonald's, so they go abroad but still stay among their own friends or, the known places, or they do the small local restaurant. So they really, well, yes, they get out of their ordinary style. Sometimes they will experience new, unusual things, but this makes them learn. And I think well, at least that was my objective, and I hope I didn't fail in that one. So yeah, I think, well.
Yeah, probably that's kind of my perspective on the things, and sometimes it's like too much interfere because I feel I have to take maximum, and I just know that not everyone has to, like it's not basically that you have to go abroad and you have to get really associated with the local culture and local people. But I feel that from my perspective, but there's one thing that probably is the worst, like if you going abroad like for a longer time, you're studying there or working, the people, and it's the thing that really doesn't allow people to develop, to grow up there. They stay like in their small societies, and they don't go out. Like circles of friends. And it's like even worse when you all come together to some country, from your native town or village, and you come together and you just, you're just having fun in your close circle, but you don't try to go further. And I think for me it's a failure personally, because if I wouldn't know you, I wouldn't know a lot of guys, and it wouldn't allow me to find this great opportunity for networking. Like every single piece of this puzzle, it just brought me to some point, which allows me to develop.
Yeah, it's true.
Just to learn, and I think it's a great insight. I mean, just if you go abroad, just try to get to know the local culture to
not like the McDonald's.
Not like McDonald's. Definitely. And it's like so. But before moving abroad, you have moved to Warsaw, and like how was it moving to Warsaw, and then understanding you have this amazing opportunity to do basically everything, like just wherever you wanna you can do, and it's like you can either watch Netflix or organize different events, like take part in different organizations, like so there's broad variety of things you have to do. So
yeah, I would say I really love Warsaw. I really love the capital. And when I came here, I was really amazed with the quantity of things and events and parties and people. Just everything that was happening all around was really fantastic. And I would say this is a very inspiring place for me. I have met a lot of great people here. And I'm very, very happy to have them because I met a lot of ambitious, very hardworking, very intelligent people. And I really appreciate them on an everyday basis. So I would say at first place, yes, as I said before, I was just trying everything that was coming on my way. And later, I just see a lot of progress that's coming from living in here because I really can develop in every area that I like. And I think that's very valuable from living in such a big city.
So later you came to the Toastmasters Club.
Yep.
And how was it like? I mean, the whole thing, you were like quite young person, and you were, just sometime you were in the club, and then it came the moment when you realized I'm gonna be a leader.
Yeah, well, to start for the followers, Toastmasters is a public speaking club where basically you go on the stage and you just practice public speaking. No matter how it goes, bad or good, you just go there and you act on the stage. So at the beginning, I would say it was very tough for me. I was all the time very shy, and it was tough for me to go on the stage and talk in front of the people I don't know and that were better than me on the stage. And over the years, because I've been there for 4 years, I really progressed a lot. I stopped being scared of that. I started doing more projects in there instead of just public speaking. And I started to grow my quite big right now network of people. So I think that helped me to grow. And over the time, the position of a leader of a club, so the club president, I think was a bit natural for me. I was actually okay at the beginning. It wasn't, because when I was asked to become a president by the previous president of our club, it was a few months before the elections. He came up to me. It was like, "Oh, Kinga, I have idea for you. Maybe you would like to become a president of a club." And I was like, "This is impossible. Like, this is no. You're just kidding me." And he was like, "No, I'm talking seriously about it. Like, you should think about it. You should really consider that." And I think that was the moment when I was like, whoa, yeah, okay, I've been doing smaller projects, but this is actually a very big project, because it was, well, quite demanding for me. But it's not only me who would like to do it, but also the other people that will support me in it, and they see my potential, which I really appreciate. So I think that was a big thing, and it was quite a shock at the first place. But after some time, I really liked it. I think it was very, very good experience to take.
But we all have this point when, we reach something and we are so excited, and then we come there like next day and we understand we have to run it, and then what do I have to do? So was it like challenging for you, like for being such a young person, like having to do with like people being probably maybe some of them were more experienced, like being there longer at the club, and how was it like the whole like feeling of?
I would say I had a very great team I was working with, so I'm very grateful for those people that they were really with me and they were supporting me, even if I was still learning how to manage people. So I would say great thank you to all of my team. But still, I experienced some people that were coming to me and saying, well, you're too young, or, well, why you're at this position? It's like, you're really young to do it. Are you sure? And yeah, I think it's the matter of just not very much listening to the people that are really criticizing you without really any feedback about your job, just doing it because, I don't know, they're jealous or they just want to say something that's not nice to you.
Yeah.
So it's more about focusing on the people that are saying, okay, maybe you can improve on this or that, and that's how you do it. So taking the feedback, because we are there to learn, and taking the good people that are really can help you to grow. And sometimes just going away from the people that are just putting a lot of negative emotions on you without any value in it, honestly speaking. Because yes, they will always come up on the way, and that's inevitable.
How do you feel with those, concepts in the society that, for example, we have double standards nowadays that I feel, like all of the big corporations, like it's really trendy for them to have young people working for them, but at the same time you feel that probably in some firms older people, more experienced people, they aren't really prepared to listen to younger people and to face their perspectives for different topics. And it's pretty sad because as we also can see, for example, some really some countries that were for example like Russia or Belarus, for example, they have those leaders that thinking that they are the smartest and they are actually the oldest staying there, and it's like they don't want to leave young people to come there. So why do you feel like how do you feel that we have to deal with that?
Well, honestly, I would say again, I was pretty lucky with my job, because in both of my current jobs, I would say my managers were very open for my feedback, for my opinion, and they never judged me on my age. So that's very great. And I think my only thing that I can really suggest is just to, well, I know it may sound, well, just doing the easy way, but just to avoid the companies, especially when you hear already during the interview that there is a manager who's not really appreciating your opinion or just testing him a bit. For example, if he asks you a question about, I don't know, some case study, just try to check how he will react if you have a different opinion and what's his approach to you expressing your opinion. And if you see there's something wrong behind there and like he or she is not very appreciative of it, well, I would say just don't go that way, because it's just, well, it's hard, and it's then very hard to develop and grow in the kind of company if you have somebody that's really stopping you and not appreciating you. Basically, just don't go into areas and environments that don't appreciate you and your feedback.
Yeah, on my way to white collar life, I was really attending thousands of interviews, and after you also start, you continue doing interviews. You always go somewhere. I clearly remember doing some interview, and I was a bit younger. I was barely 18 back then, and I was doing an interview. I came for an interview for a really big company, and I ever doing this interview like this, they were women who were there, they were a bit disrespectful towards me. I have heard something in the manner of in the way of how they were speaking. They were telling me something like "Hey boy" or something. It was really.
Oh, that's a red flag. Really big red flag.
It was I've felt myself being a small kid coming to them,
nice.
to my mom's work. I didn't
Gosh,
it wasn't the stage of my life when I was already coming to my mom's job. So it's a bit different. So I feel probably it's hard to face something like this, not the sincere behavior of some people. I mean, probably that's their sincere behavior, but just you have probably sometimes we have to face it, and there is no any chance to avoid. Probably we just have to face some kind of situation. Yeah, I think it's a bit sad that something like this happens. There is such a gap in generations probably going, and I can see it in the case of for example Ukraine. We had something after the revolution and all the stuff, that it was really cool to have young people working for you, for the politicians to have young people in their teams, or young politicians coming to this team. And after that, few years after, when they realized that these people really wanted to do something to change their whole system that they programmed sometime earlier, they weren't really happy about this. And it's a lot of cases like this, and so I think so it's you started your independent life in Warsaw, and facing different challenges with being a president and being a professional, working for different companies, being an expert in different industries. How is it with your basically you also worked for different industries.
Yes.
You worked for sales, human resources, and marketing,
Yeah, different
So,
departments. Yes.
you started this way of marketing specialist back then in the university, like
Yeah.
so you were running some kind of Snapchat team of your university, right? And
Yeah, that's true. Well, the story goes actually with the different departments. I heard when I was in the first year of university, it's very important to just try different departments when you start your career to really find something that's really matching your career. So yes, I at the beginning I was trying everything. Yes, from HR later to sales. I was big. Well, it was way closer to marketing, and then going to marketing. And right now I'm doing digital marketing, so I'm really taking the steps to find out what I really really like. And I think that's very important to do it that way. If you don't find something that's fully satisfying for you, just try to change it, especially when you're very young. It's good because, well, it doesn't have many consequences to do it that way, and it gives you a lot of perspectives to see what other jobs are looking like, and you can always come back if you have just a few months of experience. That's still okay to come back if you don't like the new thing. And yes, I was doing Snapchat for our university. So it was at the time when there was the boom on Snapchat. We were recording a lot of snaps, and I was doing some of them. So I was recording, for example, some school events. I was telling stuff about them. Yeah, that was pretty much fun. And actually, right now, after those few years, I can say this is pretty much what I'm more or less working on right now. Maybe not Snapchat anymore because it's not on the top right now. But other social media are the thing for me that I'm working on, and I really like it. So yeah, I think that was a good choice for the beginning.
nice. So after that, you have continued this path, like
Yeah.
of the marketing, and you started to work with young influencers, right? Like in the terms of how kreatywni.
Yeah, it was a student association of marketing. Before there was another student association. Again, in marketing, it was just named differently. So yeah, I was always trying to develop not only during my university studies, but also in doing some extra activities. Because also they bring you a lot of interesting knowledge. They bring you a lot of new people that you may know in the area in which you want to develop. So I think that's very valuable, especially for young people, to just know the people in your area. So yeah, marketing was the thing that really interested me from the beginning. So yeah, I'm doing it right now as well.
So there is a space for basically for everyone to start something, to like for people who wanted to go really deeply into social media.
Yes.
Like there is always space, different organization for everyone. So
Yeah, honestly, I would say social media right now and all of the digital marketing is right now very trendy, especially with the coronavirus and everything
Yeah.
happening around. This is very, very important, and more companies are trying to do more in those areas because it's just more people going online. So I think it's
Yeah,
very
sure.
trendy right now at the moment. So yeah, I think it's a good area to start
I
working
think
in.
like basically everyone is running a blog nowadays. Like
Blog, Instagram, many people are on Facebook. So, well, yeah, everybody has at least small part on social
Yeah.
media, and I think that's keeping us connected.
yeah, we were
honestly.
joking a lot about this, but now like I think it's going crazy. Like I'm doing this.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah, but basically, I think that we have to really be careful with the usage of.
Yeah.
We have-
Well, it's good to really check what you're putting on the social media, and just try to don't go crazy with your
Yeah.
posts in there because, well, always remember what goes on the internet. It's
Sure.
hard to take it away from there.
Yeah, that's important to understand. Especially if you're young and you're just starting your path, you can just cross it up
Yeah.
by doing something stupid. But at the same time, you have to also consider on preventing yourself from using social medias excessively,
Yes.
because it's also you lose your time and everything. Like just easy suggestion that I did, like I just turned off all of my notifications, and that's something my dad was complaining about because I'm calling you right now and you just turned it off. Like I was I see you're called, but I don't see like those notifications. Sorry, excuse me.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but currently I feel really better after turning it off.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So yeah, like I also wanted to ask you, how do you feel about, for example, it's like from the perspective of the marketing. How do you feel about the project as our is going worldwide? Like, for example, because we are currently concentrated on local market, because I think the main perspective is to develop this local scene of music, and to have this great platform for local people, because I think there is real great potential in Warsaw. It's amazing because like a lot of people coming from different countries to Warsaw. It's just there is great collaboration going in here. So I think that's my main goal for now is to concentrate locally. But how do you feel about this thing going worldwide? I mean, like the project which is more concentrated on people here.
Well, honestly, I would say, well, the sky is the limit, honestly. And the thing is, right now you can focus on the local, but then if you expand, it still can work. Like
typical corporate phrase.
A bit, yes. Yeah. But if you take the approach that it's universal enough to be expanded to other cities or countries, why not? Honestly, I think the idea is very universal because it's about promoting music, events, knowing more people, and it can work anywhere. So why not? Why to just stay local? If it works locally, why not to try to expand?
Vice versa. Is it okay for a local product to speak English?
Yeah, well, I think English is very universal language, so I think it may help as well. Because if you've started in for example, in Polish, it would be hard to show it, for example, for potential investors or potential people that you would like to collaborate with abroad, to see and understand what your product is about. But if you're doing it in English right from the start, it's really helping it to make it more global, because it's just showing the other people what you're doing.
Can you be lost in all of this stuff, like doing something in English, something in Polish? Because I'm just learning currently, and I wanted to learn more from people who did something good in the industry, and I wanted just to get to know together with all of you. So like we all learning constantly, and I wanted to learn now. So do I?
Okay, I think that's a tough question, but you always need to take into consideration that there may be some artists that do not speak English. So take that into consideration. So I think, well, it really depends on your time and if you have the time to do so many languages. But I think the perfect version would be to do both Polish and English. But if not, still, like choosing one, it's okay too. It's just the beginning of the project, and I see your perfection going in there. It's still going fine, It's growing great, and I think it's a matter of seeing how well it progresses and then focusing on such things.
I feel this stupid pedantry is you just can't change
it.
So.
Like, it's just a matter of learning how to
you plan yourself like really more stuff to do, but then it's not going as planned, and then you're getting angry, and
it's normal.
Oh yeah, gosh. But do you think that like those small projects, they have some space in there, like in the...
Yes, for sure. I think that's very, very unique thing, and the more unique thing it is, the better and the more successful it can become, I would say, because like the market, especially here in Poland, it's not so saturated with such kind of events. Well, I'm not the specialist in the area, but still I would say there is a lot of potential, and especially if you're so motivated, which I can see, like Markiyan, it's all about really putting a lot of effort to grow this channel, and I really see a lot of heart that that he's putting into it. So I would say, like, really go for it, and it can be a beautiful project, and even if it doesn't succeed as much as you would like to be,
Yes.
it may happen, but still it's a great lesson for you, and you may take out of it a lot of new things. So I think it's a great project, and I think it has a lot of potential and space to do it.
There's one thing I discovered from doing really a lot of projects and failing a lot of them as well. There's something that you don't have to really believe in the success from the start. I personally believe more in the failure. Like it's not the belief that I wanted to fail, but just to know that it's there. You can do it. It's also okay for you to fail. It's not.
It's normal, yeah.
It's not something that's somebody's gonna say something not nice to you.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna forget even.
Yeah.
Won't even remember that you were existing. So.
Yeah, that's very possible. That's very, very possible.
Yeah. So I wanted with all this scene and this project was main perspective to start this project was that I see the potential here coming from, for example, from people being inspired from Berlin as being such a great space for artists, for people interested in culture and music in different branches of creative industry, let's call it. I feel like a lot of people coming here, and especially from abroad, as I am. And do you feel that they can bring something special to this scene? Is it?
Yeah, I think they bring a lot of new variety and in new ways and matters of expression. So I think that's a good thing, and it brings bigger choice. More new ideas, and I think that's very good thing that other people are coming here and do some creative things. So yeah, I think that's very positive. Yeah.
I think it's something I've seen in Berlin, for example. It's it's really diverse. Everything is really diverse, even though all of them speak German. But at the same time, people really diverse, and they come from different places, and they coexist perfectly. And it's the same I feel about Warsaw, because now I can't even imagine any circle of creative branch here that would exist without people coming from Ukraine or Belarus, for example, because I know some people from artistic circle in Warsaw, and it's really funny because even though you have some few connections, you just know all of them. So when it was for me such an inspiration that helped me to look for to consider life from different perspectives and to find this perfect balance for me. And how was it for you? What were the people around you here and in Warsaw? And because this project is especially about Warsaw, so I'm just happy to hear about Warsaw something, and places. Maybe you have some favorite places.
Honestly, in Warsaw, I would say there's a lot of interesting places, but honestly, I would recommend the Palace of Culture, and there's this Bar Studio.
Okay.
So I think that was the place where I met a lot of interesting people, and it's a very artistic place. So many artists go there. So I think that's a good place for doing networking, honestly. And well, other than those, I would say galleries and just the places, some events mostly that really attract a lot of unique people. But I think the biggest quantity of people I've met, the interesting people, was just through my friends and the people I've met already. So I think it's about just knowing the people and just going through their relations to meet the other people.
And so I wanted to ask you, what do you feel something special about your friends? What's something really crazy that they are surrounding you?
I would say I really appreciate all of my friends, and the special thing is that I try to know people from really different industries, different branches, different countries. So I think I have a big variety in all of the people that I know, and I can take small piece of them from every each of them and their ideas. And I can really benefit out of these different mentalities, different cultures. So I think that's very valuable to really know the big variety of people. I think it's very great, and it gives me a lot of new insights and makes me more open and more creative because I can see the other people's perceptions.
Okay.
This is very important.
Thanks. Now I'm gonna ask you to take your phone and to put this button of shuffle in your playlist.
Okay. This is dangerous, but alright. Okay. And can I just play it out loud here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just.
Okay. Well, it's Tour of the Year. It's the rap song. It's called Tour of the Year. Okay, it's very, very harsh rap. Yeah.
So, how did you find about this song? Why did you add it to your
Okay,
playlist?
that's well. I listen to quite a lot of rap, and I have quite a bit of interest in it right now. I'm reading quite a lot of books about it, and just getting interested in the topic. So I'm just listening to everything that comes on my way. And I like this song, it's very good BPM and very nice beat, and that there is a few artists playing in it. So yeah, I just like the song.
I feel that like Polish beats for the tracks they are just perfect. Like like last year they did such a development. Like, especially if you would consider hip hop artists, like like having those Prosta guys. I think their sound is
style rappers.
But it's like you have those instrumental music, and they're like, like not all of the artists are perfect, but still, like if considering the music. I would say they are one of the leaders. Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you very much. It was very nice, and we spent quite a lot of time here. So really hope you appreciate what we've done here, and you take some nice lessons out of it. Thank you a lot.
I'll try to add this song to the. I know it's gonna be funny though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but thank you for sharing your musical preferences.
Thank you. That was a surprise of you. Thank you very much.
I wish we could talk about music more.
All right. Next podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you guys.
day.
Thanks for watching.
See ya. I hope you're gonna like this BRABLANK
video
podcast, like ambition, like all of these things that we are trying to do, probably imperfect, just this pedantry couldn't be always followed, but
it's okay.
Still,
it's the first project. It's really fun.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Hello. We can make a photo for the thumbnail like that.